Halo teman-teman, apa kabarnya hari ini? Bangsa Rum adalah bangsa yang kelak di akhir zaman bersekutu dan membantu kaum muslimin dalam memerangi musuh-musuh mereka. Bangsa ini banyak dinubuahkan dalam hadis, bahkan dalam Al-Qur'an pun secara spesifik Rum diceritakan dalam sebuah surat. Bangsa Rum ini pernah ditaklukkan dan terpecah-pecah, namun di akhir zaman kelak bangsa ini akan bangkit kembali dan berdamai dengan umat Islam. Dan ketika bangsa Rum ini mendapatkan kejayaannya, maka umat muslim akan ikut merayakan kemenangan mereka. Namun siapakah bangsa Rum yang dimaksud tersebut?
The Rome at the time of the revelation of the Qur'an, Rome was a Christian world. And that Christian world had its headquarters in Constantinople at the time of the revelation of the Qur'an. And that Christian world was known as the Byzantine Empire. But that Christian world then broke into two after the revelation of the Qur'an. And there came into being a Rome of the East, which is the old Byzantine Empire, which today is known as Orthodox Christianity. That is Rome. But there is also another Rome, which is the Western Christianity, which is headed by the Roman Catholic Church. And they are located in Rome. And so they say Roman. In Rome, the Vatican. And then that Roman Catholic Church itself broke up, and you have the Protestant movement, and you have this and that and the other, the Anglican, the Church of England, and so on. It is this Western Christianity which I call Rome of the West. And they have the celebration of Christmas according to the Gregorian calendar of Pope Gregory. They broke away from the previous calendar, which is known as the Julian calendar, which is still used by the Orthodox Christian world. And in that Orthodox Christian world, they celebrate their Christmas in January, whereas these celebrate their Christmas in December 25th. In that Orthodox Christian world, the cathedral is just like a masjid. There are no chairs to sit down. In this Christian world, of course, you have pews and you have chairs, and the ones at the front used to be reserved for the whites, and the ones at the back for the blacks. That was yesterday. And today it's a little bit more sophisticated, but the racism is still there. So, Rome of the West and Rome of the East. And this requires you to be careful when the Hadith uses the word Rome. When you go to the Qur'an, however, the Qur'an speaks of Rome in a very positive way. There is a whole surah of the Qur'an entitled Surah to Rome. So when the Qur'an speaks positively of Rome, and it says, غُلِبَتِ الرُّومُ بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Rome has been defeated, but Rome is going to be successful in just a few years' time. And on that day, وَيَوْمَئِذٍ يَفْرَحُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ, on that day when Rome is successful, you Muslims are going to celebrate. So there is a natural affinity, a natural friendship between you and Rome, because you will be celebrating their victory. I know there are some people who don't like the Quran. They wish this was not in the Quran. Let them go their way, and let us remain faithful to the Quran. So there is, according to the Quran, a natural affinity between Muslims and Rome, because we celebrate Rome. We're not talking about history, we're talking about the Quran. Why do you run from the Quran? What's wrong with you? Go and be faithful to the Quran. Let history conform with the Quran. Go to the Quran as your primary source of guidance. Because Allah says, وَيَوْمَئِذٍ يَفْرَحُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. On that day when Rome is victorious, you Muslims will celebrate. بِنَصْرِ اللَّهِ يَنْصُرُ مَن يَشَاءُ. You celebrate Allah's help and the victory that Allah has given to Rome on that day. مِن قَبْلُ وَمِن بَعْدُ. The Quran speaks مِن قَبْلُ وَمِن بَعْدُ, that there is victory at this time and there is victory to come. So Rome is going to have yet another victory, and on that next victory you will again celebrate. Which victory it is, and which room is Allah speaking about? Room of Christians. So which Christian people is Allah speaking about when He speaks about Rome? He says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, He says, وَلَتَجِدَنَّ أَقْرَبَهُمْ مَوَدَّةً لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّا نَصَارَى. He says in the Qur'an that in time to come, as at the time of the revelation of the Qur'an, that there will be a Christian people who will be closest in love and affection for you Muslims. وَلَتَجِدَنَّ أَقْرَبَهُمْ مَوَدَّةً لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّا نَصَارَى. Are you listening? That you will most certainly find at this time when the Qur'an is revealed and in time to come, because the grammar is fi'l mudariya. At the time when the Qur'an was revealed, it took place that Orthodox Christianity, or the Christian world in Abyssinia, embraced us and protected us and showed friendship for us. And in time to come, the Christian world will again be the same like that. Closest in love and affection for you Muslims. There are Muslims who have their brains, I don't know where, in Hollywood, and they don't like this verse of the Quran. They cannot accept it. But let them go their way and leave us alone. We don't need you. Go your way. Who are these Christians? Is it Rome of the East or Rome of the West? The Quran in Surah Al-Anfal deals with the subject of alliances. Surah Al-Anfal is the 8th surah of the Quran. The 8th surah of the Quran, Surah Al-Anfal. And in that surah Allah says, remember this is the surah of military alliances, international relations and so on. Surah Al-Anfal. He says that الذين كفروا بعضهم أولياء بعض الكافرون بعضهم أولياء بعض. The kuffar are friends and allies of each other. That's what Allah says in the Quran. And our Prophet said sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, he said al-kufru millatun wahida, but they all comprise one block, one community, the kuffar. No matter where they are from, they constitute one community. And Allah says, إِذْ لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا, if you do not also build alliances to form one block, تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرٌ. So if there is to be an alliance in akhir zaman, it is because of the Qur'an, not the hadith. It is the Qur'an which is asking you to form alliances. And if you do not do it, says Allah, there will be great fasad in the world, great corruption in the world, fitnatun fil ard, and great trials in the world if you do not do it. So you have, if you want to be faithful to the Quran, you got to go out there and build alliances. With whom will you build an alliance, you dum-dum? Answer, you will build an alliance with those who are closest in love and affection to you. That's what you do. And who are those who will be closest in love and affection to you? The book of Allah replies. So we say that we have to choose now between the two rooms. Which one is it? Who will be the ones with whom we should form an alliance in akhir zaman? Because Allah says in the Quran, if you don't do it, there will be fitna in the world and great fasad. If you don't do it. So the obligation for establishing an alliance with Rome comes from the Quran, not from the hadith, from the Quran. Good. We say it cannot be Rome of the West. Why? Because Allah prohibited us from maintaining friendly ties and forming alliance with that part of the Christian world which itself is in friendship and alliance with the Jewish world, because that is also in Surah Al-Ma'idah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tattakhidhu al-yahuda wan-nasara awliya. Don't take such Jews and don't take such Christians as your friends and allies. Ba'aduhum awliya'u ba'd, who themselves are friends and allies of each other. The Christian of the West Rome of the West has established an alliance with the Jews. It's a Judeo-Christian alliance. And it is that alliance which has brought the Jews back to the Holy Land, Bani Israel back to the Holy Land. Rome of the West is the biggest oppressor in the world today. Rome of the West is waging war not just on Islam, but waging war on Orthodox Christianity and waging war on the religious way of life. Rome of the West is waging war not only on Islam, but waging war on Orthodox Christianity and waging war on the religious way of life, which includes Hinduism, includes Buddhism. That's what Rome of the West is doing. So can we be in alliance with them when Allah has prohibited it? So then which Christians will it be that Allah speaks about positively in the Qur'an and with whom we have a natural affinity? That when they are victorious we celebrate. Answer, it has to be Rome of the East. It has to be Rome of the East. Do we have to make them friendly to us? Oh no. No, it's not dependent on how we behave with them. It is not dependent on how we behave with them. No. It is what Allah has declared will happen, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. That Christian world is going to become closest in friendship and alliance with us. Friendship and alliance, love and affection for us. That Christian world is going to be closest in love and affection for us. Whether you like it or whether you don't, whether you approve of it or whether you don't, it is not dependent upon you. It's happening already. The Orthodox Christian world is already drawing closer.
Setelah Romawi Timur runtuh, pusat pemerintahan berpindah ke Rusia yang disebut dengan Tsar Rusia. Tsar adalah asal kata dari kaisar yang mengadopsi sistem kekaisaran Romawi Timur. Di dalam Wikipedia dijelaskan setelah kota Konstantinopel direbut oleh kaum muslimin, maka kekaisaran Bizantin beralih ke Rusia. Peran kaisar sebagai pelindung ortodok timur diklaim oleh Ivan ketiga. Moskwa adalah penerus kekaisaran Bizantin yang berpusat di Konstantinopel. Gagasan kekaisaran Rusia adalah sebagai kekaisaran Rum itu tetap hidup hingga meletusnya revolusi Rusia pada 1917. Setelah berdirinya Uni Soviet, kekaisaran Rum runtuh dan digantikan dengan sistem komunis. Namun setelah runtuhnya Uni Soviet, negara Rusia modern meneruskan kembali kerajaan Rum. Presiden Rusia Vladimir Putin menyatakan bahwa gereja bertanggung jawab dalam perkembangan budaya dan pendidikan di Rusia. Hal ini dinyatakan dalam sebuah pertemuan dengan para pemimpin Kristen Ortodok di Moskow. Maka secara jelas bahwa Rum yang dimaksud dalam hadis adalah Romawi Timur yang merupakan Rusia hari ini. Sikap Rusia yang menentang Zionis menjadikan sebab Islam akan berdamai dengan Rusia sebagaimana yang disebutkan dalam hadis.